Howdy y'all, back today with a quick one, a 6-book haul, just a few books that I've accumulated the last few weeks. X-Men 150, kind of an impulse buy, got the ball rolling. This was a book I remember came out as I was entering my senior year of high school, and a brief period where I was buying off X-Men off the rack, and it was like $4.95 delivered, so pretty nice copy, about a very fine minus to very fine, something like that. Suits me fine. It was cheap and an impulse. Detective Comics 457. Here's a book I've long desired. I read the story published inside a thing called There's No Hope in Crime Alley. And I've always wanted the book. It's got a beautiful cover. Kind of aghast at, the prices. Nice high-grade copies are commanding, well, not even commanding, just, being placed upon books like this. So this nice kind of very fine minus copy suits me fine. The white strip, you can see it's not bullseye centering, but the white strip itself is a bullseye, so that'll suit me okay. Plus it hides any spine ticks that I would have, or the book would have otherwise if the black cover were just a bullseye on there. Anyway, Ghost Manor number 17. This has been on my radar for 30 years or more, and Shannon, our friend Shannon, solid 4-string bottom end, showed it in a video a couple of months ago, and something clicked and suddenly it was back on the radar. This is a pretty nice copy. I'd call it very fine, minus to very fine. That's just me, but it's beautifully centered. Just everything about it is just gorgeous. Now the last 3 books are not in Mylar yet, but I got 2 Sgt Fury books here together as a pair for a good price. They're both very, very nicely centered. Look at that, nothing real major going on here. There's except for the folds right here, but that's borderline for me. But I cut my back issue collecting chops on good to very good copies of books like this, so this is no big deal to me. Plus it's got that great arrival date, very nicely placed, very nicely written, super looking book. Sgt Fury 11, and came with number 15. Again, very nicely centered. Got a bunch of color breaking stuff, but I'm okay with that. Nothing leaps out, It's an accumulation of defects. Nothing that will spoil the overall presentation of the book. Plus, I've got a little cold coming on here. Plus, I'm going to send these last 3 books out for pressing, and it'll spiff them up rather nicely. Finally, Tales to Astonish number 87. Yeah, and speaking of cutting my back issue chops in the 70s, another kind of VG book. I pulled this one from the old bargain bins in the late 70s, and I long ago got rid of that copy, but Patrick Luther Manning showed this in a video here just a week or two ago. He scored a copy, and I thought, yeah, I want to get that sucker back. Primarily because of the killer Gil Kane cover, of course. But what really sealed the deal on this copy was the perfect centering and this little number right there. Perfectly placed date stamp. Look at that. I was only, what, 2 years and 5 days old when that hit the rack. 2 years and 5 days. Anyway, just that short little haul, gang. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.